All right, guys. So today we have Annisa Crisp on how you got started as an Airbnb host. Really excited to dive into your story, into your listing. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much, Annisa, for taking time to share your story, talk to me, and super excited to dive into your place. You are currently located. It's by Morro Bay, or is it by Slough?
Yeah, so we're 10 minutes outside of San Luis Obispo on the coast. We're sandwiched between Montana de Oro State Park and Morro Bay State Park. So tons of outdoor nature.
Awesome. And are you originally from the area?
No, I'm from Central California.
Cool. Tell me a little bit more about your background, like what you do for work.
I run a real estate coaching company. We do lots of team and brokerage trainings.
Cool. Awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
About 3 years. So
excellent.
We're across the country, and it's kind of given me a unique look into different real estate markets and helping agents kind of become a brand.
Yeah. No, I think it definitely, and when people see it reflects in your listing on Airbnb. So, but how did you get started in becoming a host?
Yeah, so I guess I got started. My dad has Airbnbs in the Sequoia National Park area and outside of Visalia. When I bought this house where we live, it's not super affordable. And so I was looking for definitely a unit that had some kind of rental income. I didn't know that it would be Airbnb income, but when we found this property, it's not a super impressive house up front. It's just a cute little 3-bedroom, but it had a big lot. And at the end of this lot was a studio that we saw a ton of potential in. And so my dad and I, luckily it was for sale by owner, and we hounded them and we got it. And we had an FHA loan, which normally people wouldn't take, you know? So we got it because we connected with them, and my dad and I worked on this project together. He used to be a property developer, and so he was our general contractor, and he's retired now, and this was a hobby for him. So everything from the layout to the tiny living to thinking about where shelves would be, all of it came with him. And so together with my design and branding and his architecture and actually implementing the rebuild, that was kind of the dream team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's essentially for sure a dream team for something like that, for an Airbnb or short-term rental where you acquire.
My husband, though, who's an engineer, was not sold on this project. He could see how long it took, and because we were only working on it 3 days out of the week, the build, it took us almost a full year, and he could just see money going out the door, and he could just see oh my God, you're buying everything. I'm so detail oriented. So he was you spent how much on making that custom image behind the bed? I'm not telling you details anymore, because now he's the one seeing the praises. But he's I can't believe you made this work, and it's so successful.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's a good balance, I think, to stay in check. But then you stick with your vision, because you can see it. Especially you as a branding person.
And my dad and I just started not telling him things,
Oh, that's awesome. It's better for him, probably.
He's happy now.
Yeah, it worked out. No, that's so cool. I love that, because it's it's totally possible when you do it right and you really invest into your short-term rental. It could be something that's so beautiful, profitable, and it's just great. What are some of the things that you like about hosting?
Well, I love where we live. I think it's a really unique place. I love the idea that even through COVID, most of our guests have gone from being international guests or people that fly in to people that drive. So people from San Francisco, we're right between San Francisco and LA. They're coming, they're doing these closer to home and getting to share this area with them, and they live in the same state as us, and they've never gotten to see such a small, quaint, quiet beach town. It's more like a bay town. It's just so sleepy, and I think it's the best part to get to make people feel like they're part of this small little community. The income is great. having the ability to, potentially get a few more of these and working from home and those types of opportunities that are down the road, those are awesome. But I think branding and being thoughtful is kind of my strong suit. And I think it's kind of what made us, we've been in this for a year now. We have nothing but 5-star reviews, and we've hosted just over 100 stays.
Yeah, which is that's very impressive.
Yeah, for a while, most of the year, except for a couple months, we're like 92% occupancy. So
you're killing it. That's so good. That's what people, it's like, that's what everyone strives for. Like 5 stars, most like, some people strive for 90% occupancy. It depends on the person, but for sure, that's really amazing. What's been some of the things you've found challenging as a host?
I think March was when COVID hit.
Yeah.
I think that was a little bit challenging, especially because we started in January. So January was so fun, and every guest that came through, we're like, tell us your real honest feedback. And they'd be like, well, it's weird that you don't have a chair here. And we're like, okay, we'll get a chair, And so I think a lot of our 5-star reviews come from people seeing how responsive we were, or like someone wanted a coffee grinder and we didn't have one. Like I left one on their doorstep. I'm like, we needed that anyway. Thank you for telling me, So being really hands-on. And then March happened where we had almost every single cancellation, except for maybe like one weekend cancel. And that was initially frightening, but I knew that we would fill it. I just lowered the prices. So we went from an average of like $200 a night to like $150 a night. What I saw was when your prices are lower, under $200 a night, and you have the ability to fit 5 humans in a small space, they will do it. And they will invite anyone. It's like college kids. It was like barbecuers that want to have like all day backyard spa parties. That was a hard learning lesson. And luckily, like it was just that first month where I kind of freaked out, lowered the prices significantly, gave people big discounts. I was like, just fill it, just cover, just break even. Right. And, ended up giving people some super deals just to come in. And I wouldn't recommend doing that now. It's better to just price high and have empty nights. Right.
And that was like an exceptional, like, pandemic.
Scary month.
Yeah. It's like not every year a pandemic hits.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing would be the challenging thing was getting through the rebuild and investing in, we didn't just take our old towels or old plates. Like we got, I'm like, these are the plates that I would want to eat on if I went to a place. It's like aspirational living, right? These are the big bath sheets that feel like even a big person can like be small in them. Yeah. All those like details, they're scary to invest in.
Right.
You run your credit up and we spend all year paying it off. So.
Right. No, yeah, it's definitely, as we dive in your place, people will see it's like luxury. It's more of a luxury styled type of Airbnb, like a very, very, very nice.
That's my goal. I want people to feel totally relaxed when they're here.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Wow, so you've only been doing this since you said January in terms of opening your doors.
Yeah, I think we maybe had a few stays in December, but it was mostly family or people trying it out. So
yeah, how long before that were you thinking about this idea?
Well, we were in construction for about a year. So when we went through with the initial designs, there are things in this space that you'll see, like there's not a real closet. It is, it fits like 6 hangers. So it really is designed for a short-term stay, which is risky because, down the road, if we do want to rent and we don't want to have the turnover, there's some remodeling that has to be done. It's set up for a family or 2 couples maybe, or, some young group of people that are good with bunk beds. But generally the main room, that's the studio area, is for like parents, and then we have a bunk room for kids. And that's not something that we could rent for long term.
No, totally. What's the living situation look like? So like it's a back house, you said? And
Yeah, so
you
we
guys are in the front.
redid our entire front yard so that it's super private. They have their own parking. They come down like a little wavy walkway. We're growing vines up this trellis that we've built. It's actually cattle fencing, but when it's covered, it's gonna look like trellis. So just lots of details so that the entrance feels even kind of fun to back there. It's, I don't want you to feel like you're in my backyard. I want you to feel like you have your own entrance. You can come and go.
That's brilliant. What's your experience with guests been like? Have you been able to connect, or is it more like people are kind of like you were saying, like they're kind of in their own? Do you like invite or like is it self check-in, or do you kind of like show them around?
It's all self check-in. I use host tools to automate a lot of so like 10 days before I send an itinerary, 3 days before I send like a welcome message with the new login for their code. A day after, it sends them like it feels personal, but it's actually all automated. I learned quickly that like, if I want to give good service, it can't be me because I dropped the ball.
Right.
Like with the baby and my real job and like everything, I was not sending the text on time.
Right.
And so people, you want them to not be on their way from Northern California and being like, I still don't really know how to find the address in Airbnb. They do give it to you, but I want to provide that to someone ahead of time,
Yes, make it easy as possible.
I totally recommend automation tools. But other than that, if they want to interact with us, we're there. If we come and go, I walk my dog every day. Like if they want to chat with us, they can, but I don't really go out of my way to ask them questions. I want them to feel like if they want to be, hermits, they can be.
Yes. Yeah. No, totally. What are some automation tools that you would recommend to other hosts?
Host tools is something that I really do use. I started using Airbnb Turnover for my housekeeping.
Oh, cool. We'll throw them on the screen. So host tools.
Yeah. Host tools sends an auto message to my housekeeper as well. So that's nice because she's become like family and she lives in the neighborhood, but like I want her, sometimes she's like, wait, how many people are staying here today? Like, should I stock it for 5? Should I stock it for 2? We don't it's more like a hotel in that sense where we don't have like just a giant linen closet of anything that they can grab. So we stock it for the amount of guests. And so having the automation tool helps her know. And so we're working on integrating Airbnb Turnover so that she can log in and see a calendar without seeing prices and everything. She can just see the details of the guest. The other thing that we're working on is getting our own website soon. And we are going to be using uplisting to kind of do some direct booking. This year, because of COVID, we have a lot of people that are rebooking and they'd like to rebook with us directly for a lower cost. Yeah. And so in the future, that's something I'm not sure about, but looking into, and I think we'll be using uplisting. Cool.
I know you haven't been hosting for too long. Do you have any returning people that come?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, we have had this one couple. We don't normally allow pets, but they have like a service dog and, whatever.
It's legit.
They've come back 4 times.
Wow.
And so that's been cool. And they said next time they really want to have dinner with us. And I was like, yeah, you should have just knocked on my door,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
and a couple people like 2 times, but I suspect by next year we'll see how many.
A lot of returning people.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like if somebody came back 4 times already and it hasn't been even 12 months, like that says something.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, cool, Annisa, let's dive into your place.
Okay, cool.
Cool, so just resize this.
So we started our prices not very low, but for being able to fit 5 guests, I think we started our pricing around $150 in January. Plus it wasn't like a peak month. We then moved to $200 for the weekends. And then just last, maybe July, we raised our prices to $250 a night. And so we do give discounts for multiple days. We give discounts for early bird. So the average that you're seeing is $223.
Awesome. Very cool. And then I'll just show on the map. where you are so people can kind of have some context. If you're not good at geography, here it is. We're in California, right in the middle. There we go.
Right on the bay. Yeah, we're like surrounded by water.
Yes, no, Morro Bay is awesome. And then we will jump. So this is a sneak peek into new photos. So we have, and then as you guys can see, 5 stars and 101 reviews. That is really impressive. Like, just, hats off to you. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. It's super.
We've never had a 4-star review. I'm waiting for it. It won't hurt my feelings.
Dang. It would hurt my feelings. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah.
Dang, that is, I'm like, you have some golden nuggets and knowledge you need to share with us on how you do that. So 5 guests are able to stay, 2 bedrooms, 4 beds.
It's really a 1 bedroom, but you'll learn with Airbnb, there's lots of things that get you better search engine optimization. Like if you have 2 bedrooms, you're going to pop up in more people's things. And because we have kind of a studio with a bedroom, it feels like 2 bedrooms. So I explain it more in the listing, but that allows us to catch a bigger group of searchers. Yeah. The other thing, if you have a hot tub, if you provide like beach essentials, if you provide like anything extra, washer and dryer, which we used to provide, we'd let people use it, but I'm not home enough anymore to be able to like allow people to come into our yard and cross into our garage like unit that has but like those types of things will make you pop up in more people's searches. Yeah,
absolutely. Do you guys do instant booking?
I don't do instant booking. I probably could now that we're down to like a science. But my housekeeper is become, like I said, she's become family. She's here. She just came over earlier to get some soup, Oh, cool. So I don't love putting her in the position where if it's an open day, it'd be one thing, but I don't always know, like, flexibility. Plus, we do use this guest house as a family stay. So my parents can come visit. We have a 5-month-old baby, so my sisters always want to come. So if I have empty days and we're not going to use them, and it's just 2, like I'd rather use that for them. Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So
we stay pretty full. So unless we have like a dip, I might consider it.
Right. Got it. That's a little insight on instant booking. It really depends on your place.
Yeah, totally.
Like so many factors.
If this was just strictly Airbnb and we had like 10 of them, I'd be on instant booking on all of them. This is right now our only one, and it's in my backyard. So
yes, for now, for your only one for now.
For now. I'm working on adding a couple more, but that's to be determined.
Yeah, no, totally. You're gonna keep killing it. So first of all, this grill is amazing. Not sponsored by Costco. It's just really, really an amazing grill. Small, powerful, exactly what you need. Check it out. I'm a big fan. You have that. And it looks like you have a fire pit.
Yeah, so that's a little fire pit that they can sit around. It's gas powered. So they just turn the gas key and light it. I have instructions down below. We do have a hot tub, which I totally, if you have the ability to have one in your Airbnb, you should, because people click that button, and especially with COVID, all the pools are shut down in California, all of the hot tubs. People come here, and it's not an impressive hot tub. It came with our house, but people love, it's a built-in activity, they can spend 2 hours doing that, so. Right.
And it's just really private. It's like,
it is private. It's like right next to my bedroom. You wouldn't know it though.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I love how you have the drinks. It's like, dude, look at this branding right here, guys. Like, take notes, people. Like, look at that. It's even like ice. You even have ice in there. Like, it's just, you want, like, it just looks.
Secretly, it's Crystal Light. I didn't have any booze on hand.
See, who would know? No one would ever know.
And the flowers were like in my yard. It's not a big deal. It's not hard to go the extra mile, is my advice for people.
Right. Yeah, it looks like you have some nice lights as well, some lighting.
Yeah, hanging over the spa. That's more for a safety thing, getting in and out of the spa. It's not well lit. There's an outdoor shower, which is a fun feature.
Yeah.
When people come home from the beach, or if they're going to hop in the hot tub, I love that they can rinse before, because it's really hard to get sand out of the hot tub. We've learned that the hard way.
Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good.
These shades that are over our gates are not really that fancy, but those we got on Wayfair for super cheap, and they kind of cover up the gates and make them look a little bit more
shades.
Like these kind of leaf. These band.
Okay, right here. Got it.
So there's just like a wire on the other side, but those make them look nicer and more put together. So we have beach essentials, which we just did when Airbnb launched that little box that you can check. So we give them a cooler, a couple chairs, a mat, and we ask them to just return them as they found them. So I try to make sure, that they're good. I will say most people don't use them, but I have had people ask if we have them.
Yeah, and I like how you even have just to click like this, where it's branded. Like, so it's very clear, like, what this is for, and like the instructions, and thank you, like, super good. That was so good. It's just like a nice added bonus, so you don't have to bring chairs or like
totally
like fun things, like Oh, this is the side entrance that you were talking about.
So this is the entrance. This comes down our walkway that we paved, and we made it look and feel like it wasn't, because normally that would just be the side of our house. Mm-hmm. But we thought that was wasted space, so we decked it out, and it's their entrance now.
Cool. Let's keep going. Let's see. Looks like it's like beautifully been painted. Like it's been painted recently.
Yeah, we painted it, just about a year ago, and we chose to go bold. I think it's paid off.
Yeah, it definitely adds.
I always think about things that people wouldn't have in their normal life. Most people wouldn't choose navy for their house.
Right, or is it? I'm like color deficit, but it's like an orange.
That's like a coral.
Orange, cool. I know it's sad I can't see colors as well. But no, that's so I like that's like a golden nugget. Like things that you normally wouldn't have
in your house. It's a retreat from where you live,
Yes, exactly.
So here this is kind of the main room. It's connected to the kitchen, and there's a TV in that room. So it's kind of like the main room. There's a couch. We've got robes that are branded. We've got the image behind the bed that says Live Los Osos. It's a neon light, which is actually behind me.
Wait, these robes are branded? Wait.
Those robes are branded. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. I thought they were just normal robes. Where do you get your robes branded? You just
there's all these logo companies. So I work in a real estate coaching company, and we send out thumb drives. We send out, water bottles, all that stuff. You can buy almost anything and put your logo on it. You can do coffee mugs. You can do everything in your entire space could be branded if you wanted it to be. It just how much, how far do you want to go? Yeah. And so I think I bought like 10 waffle robes and just had the logo embroidered on them. And then we put 2 in every stay. And that way I've got more to filter through.
Oh, okay. So you have like backup.
We have backup of everything.
Cool.
That closet, I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty blown out. It's white, but like back in the right corner is actually a little hidden closet.
Right here?
Yeah, exactly. So that's where all of our linens are stored.
Oh, right there. Got it.
And the guests don't have access to that. So if they need a broom or anything like that, we do provide like a little Dyson vacuum, but if they need cleaning supplies, if they're staying longer than a week, that's one thing that I probably would do differently, is have maybe a utility closet that they can access, because I don't want them to have access to like my back stock of everything.
Right. Okay. But it's just like maybe like space doesn't permit on this property.
No, it's a very small space. I think it's just about 400 square feet.
Yeah.
450.
Have you had a lot of people wanting to stay long? Like, what's your average stay, I guess, for people staying here?
Our average stay is 3 nights. Yeah. And I think that is a sweet spot, because they don't get to see everything in the area, but they got to see 1 or 2 cool things. They got to spend 1 night there in the space. The longer you have people stay in a small space, I think the more things they find to nitpick. So I don't like to have stays over a week for that reason. Also, like I said, it's not really set up for a short-term or a long-term stay. That closet's very small.
Right.
There's only one bathroom, so if you're there with your whole family, like that can get old really quickly, having one bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want people. I think the space is perfect, but the longer you stay in it with the more people, you can find something to complain about.
No, totally. Tell me about this photo, like this.
Yeah, it's a big canvas photo, and I built it on a frame, and then I have the Live Lososo sign made from yellowpop.com. They make awesome neons. And we had one done for my husband's family restaurant too, that goes behind their bar. And then so behind the frame, there's a wooden bar that is drilled into, and it's just a special, unique art piece. I think total it cost me maybe $350, but I think it makes the room and it makes the listing, like when you look at it.
Yes.
So.
No, yeah, like it's, and you wouldn't normally have that in your house. Like not most people.
No, it's kind of extra.
Yeah, definitely it's extra. Yeah. And I see it's like it's kind of like mid-century style furniture.
Yeah, it's I want it to be like surf shack-ish, but shack isn't the right word because it's very polished, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe polished surf villa.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we have air conditioning unit, which you may or may not need where you're at. I know
we don't really need it except for like a week a year, but it's also a heating unit, and at night we do need heat sometimes.
It's a double. Got it. Mm-hmm. Smart.
Everything has storage, so that little bench underneath the desk that has storage. There's a bench underneath that table that has storage. We put our pool towels in there, so
this guy's storage.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have a sound bar. Yes.
Sound bar.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We always give them like kettle chips and maybe like a couple fancy bars in that little like welcome thing. There's some hand sanitizer. If they have a stay that's over $1,000, I always put a bottle of wine back there. That's a nice bottle.
How cool. And we have kitchen. Yeah,
and with the build, one of the things that I decided was I really didn't want people cooking like a full meal. Mm-hmm. So although the kitchen is small, it's intentional. Like they don't have to do dishes. That's helpful for us to have a dishwasher. We just load it, and there's a message on there saying like, hey, we don't always get time the dishwasher cycle is unsanitized, so it takes like 3 hours. And we don't always get time to restock the kitchen, but everything in here is clean for you. There's only a 2-burner stove, there's a tabletop oven, and a microwave. That kind of makes it so that it limits what people can cook. They can cook their kids top ramen or mac and cheese, but they're not going to be cooking a turkey, you know.
Right.
They can grill outside.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to give the space. There's not really generally weird smells when people check out. There's not splatters all over the wall, because I think the bigger the kitchen, the harder the clean.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And you can totally do like the essentials with this kitchen. Mm-hmm. Like absolutely. Especially for 5 people. Like, you know, and you said there's, we'll get to that, but there's like plenty of places to eat around the area.
Yeah, definitely. Delivery is hard in where I live, but everyone does takeout, so.
Yes.
This is the bunk room, so every single bed has a USB port. There is a TV in there. There's an Xbox. There's a PlayStation. Every single bed has a little window that can blow out.
Cool.
Yeah, so
this is like, I just get like Japanese kind of vibes, like very, because I've never seen a 3-person
bunk bed. Yeah, that's true. Well, so cool. My sister has 3 kids, and they just don't have, like, going to a hotel room isn't an option for them. They have to get 2.
Yeah.
So I think although our price point is $250, even if we charge $350 in our area, it's going to be cheaper than getting 2 hotel rooms.
Right.
And so it allows a family to have a comfortable stay.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I've never seen that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. This bathroom.
That's our bathroom. Yeah. It's all white. It's very white.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's very like modern and like even like is it? No. Sorry.
It's a floating toilet.
Is it really? I was thinking. I was like, that can't be a floating toilet. I was like, no. That's not.
It's a European style toilet. They have really low flow. We're like a water saving place. So yeah, everything's pretty eco too is the other thing. Like all the drain water from the outdoor shower goes to water the plants. Like we probably should put that in our branding or like in our Airbnb book somehow, but I haven't even gotten around to making the Airbnb book, but we have the online version, so.
No, I'm sure, you've got a lot on your plate, it sounds like.
We did the subway tile, but we did it stacked just so that it was kind of different and modern and different to your eye, because everyone has subway now, but it's something kind of special.
Yeah. That's a big shower.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah, like it is. That is, I like that. That's so cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think
and we
the
have
only other
rubber.
thing...
Is this like rubber? So, or is this...
It's like those tiny little tiles for the bathroom.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then, what else have I learned? I think on here people always ask me what's in the cupboards, and instead of typing it out, I know it's not like the most attractive, sexy thing to put on the listing, but people want to know, and I give them like basic spices. There's some kid stuff up there. There's coffee filters. There's maybe like a box of pasta at all times. And then we have all the utensils and plates. The other thing, people are freaks about their coffee. I have opted to not do a Keurig. Sometimes I think I should, but I get more questions, especially since we raised our prices. There's something to be said. People pay more for their stay. They want their coffee the way they like it. So some people want pour over. Some people want to bring their own beans. So we have to put a grinder back there. Some people really just want a coffee pot. Like they just want a full coffee pot because they drink lots of coffee. They don't want a single Keurig. Right. So I think down there I put a picture of everything. They want to know, some people want to know what coffee we provide. Like where does your coffee come from? What is it?
Oh, yeah, it looks like you have a French press, right?
That's the pour over. It's a Chemex. And then, we have a French press too. We have everything except for a Keurig. And it's Nespresso.
Got it.
And I think it just came down to tables, like counter space.
Right,
There's only so much counter space,
Right. Yeah, you can only fit so
I provide the essentials too, like, the spray deodorant, Tylenol, some dry shampoo, some sunscreen, extra toothbrushes, that kind of stuff that people always forget to pack.
Right.
And then you'd be surprised. At first, my parents, when we did this, they were like, you're stocking them too much. Everything's going to get taken, and I haven't had that problem. I have found like the more stuff you put back there and the more thoughtful you are, people just like don't touch it.
Love that. I'm glad. Like me as a guest at certain places like this, I'm always so thankful when people have stuff like this. You're like, oh, good, like because you don't want to ask your whoever you're staying with, like, hey, can I borrow your toothbrush, or your toothpaste?
Or late at night. So I've had people ask me like, do you have Tylenol? I'm like, shoot, I should probably just put Tylenol back there. And it's funny you say that.
So no one has stolen the toilet paper.
No, I have been a little more cautious about putting lots of toilet paper because there were times where we couldn't get it anywhere, so I was a little more sparing with the toilet paper. But we have tons now. I order it from like a restaurant supply company, so
cool.
Actually, I order a lot of our stuff from Web Restaurant. All of our towels. I don't do our sheets because I like really nice sheets, and I think that they should be. Sometimes hotel sheets are like kind of stiff,
Yeah, no, that's true.
But my mom and dad are the ones that told me you can't put lots of stuff back there because people are going to take it. But my mom is the person that goes to the hotel and she's like, I'm taking all the sugars, all the extra coffee pods. Oh, there's a dishwasher pack,
Oh, I'm actually a little different with Airbnb because you do.
It's someone's house.
Yeah, it's just a different community, and also like expectations. I think because you review them, and they review you.
That's true. It's a different setting.
Yes, very much so. Super glad you have these. Thank you so much, because I always forget to
yeah, and I put pretty nice stuff in there. Like, you can buy stuff on Amazon in such bulk, like nice stuff, and it just takes filling it up once a week or twice a week, or once every 2 weeks, to make it feel like you're in a branded, clean space.
Yeah, no, and I think these are the extra things that help with your 5-star rating.
I think so. Yeah, that's what people comment on the most.
Yeah.
We put a couple kids' books back there. I have like a sound machine. Got some Google Chromecast. There's Xboxes. Whatever they might need. We have people ask us to remove the Xboxes because their kids will be on it their whole vacation. We have to do that sometimes, but whatever they want, we have it.
Yes.
And if we don't have it, we get it, for the next day.
That's cool. What is this?
That's a sound machine. So little kids always, like if they're under 4, sound machines are really big in the family world.
Oh. Cool. Like white noise kind of.
White noise, oceans, rain sounds, whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's our space.
Oh yes, the branded
robes. Oh, there's an itinerary on the back of the door.
Like, how do I buy one? I want one. I haven't even been, but I want one.
I haven't had anyone still. I think I've had one robe in the whole year go.
Okay.
And I don't even know who did it, because we have people check in back to back, and now the housekeeper is like pretty automated. So I don't go in and check.
But like, I'm sure this has one robe being lifted.
$12.
Yeah, like come on, like I'm a big believer in investing in things like that are really going to make your listing stand out for sure. Yeah. Which I think that is definitely one of them. Let's talk about some of the things that can be done. So we can't read it on here, so if you want to just
Mondays is our farmers market. I just want people to come here. And instead of I'm one of those people that loves to have their stay thought about at least, but I never actually get around to doing it. I had intentions to Google things in the area, but we're in a sleepy beach town. There's not a ton to do. So I wanted to make sure when people checked in that, they know they can walk 9 blocks and go to a farmer's market on a Monday. They can go to our local taco spot, and there's usually, a huge deal, and feed their whole family for $10. On Fridays, we have a karaoke night at our local dive bar, and it's a dive bar that if you Google dive bar in Wikipedia, the sign is that sign. So
nice.
There's lots of cute little things, or we have different beach spots on there, different hikes that they can do. Just making their week itinerary a sample for them.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Because people, they always ask, hey, what's there to do? So that's a lot that you have that, and it's branded, it looks beautiful, it's in an obvious spot. People can see, it looks like it's on the front door.
Yeah, it's on the back side of the front door.
That's brilliant. Easy.
And then the outdoor fire pit.
Yeah, and then, so this, it's chalk? Who drew that?
That's a chalk, yeah. So someone drew that the last time they were here. And then above that is actually something that we haven't finished. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a kind of a kid's fort that they can crawl up there and look out at the view. But our neighbors behind us had a 2-story house, and their living room window is huge and looks literally straight into that back patio. And so for privacy, so people felt like they could sit around the fire and actually be in their own little space without blocking the view, because the view out to where the sun is the mountains. We built this little kids fort, and we plan to put a roof on it and more stuff later. But for now, it's just there to block out the neighbor's view and make the space feel private.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, we just keep adding things.
Whoa. What is this?
The pop-out window.
That's so cool.
So you can serve drinks through the bar. There's not a ton of seating inside. There's not a ton of dining space inside. So I wanted to kind of utilize that little patio area better.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And then the beautiful, yes. So good.
Just details,
Yeah.
So that's really it. That's all my secrets.
Yes.
Oh, there's the coffee. Yeah. You gotta have a non-dairy creamer, a real creamer.
Yes. Both.
So many things. They want to know, do you have honey? You gotta have honey.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I feel like when I go, like, I'm that person who's like, hey, like, I hope they have all these things because like I'm traveling or I didn't bring any of this stuff, or I'm just the person who likes to pack super light.
Or how about when you go somewhere and you want to have all those things and you end up like buying them and just leaving them, and it's kind of like you wasted like $100 getting your coffee creamer and all that stuff. So I try to put stuff here so that when people get here, it's just like I don't have to go anywhere, unless I want to. Right.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
So
I think putting all those pictures together too is going to save me a lot of time. So
100%.
That's kind of a
and those look very professionally taken photos. You had someone come out, looks like, to take photos. So that's such a good investment, I think. Pay you back tenfold in the future.
I think so. I'm going to upload them tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you could, I guess, like, give some tips to people who are thinking about hosting, and then also existing hosts who are, like, in terms of who are striving for those 5-star reviews, like, what were some of the things that you would things that you would recommend?
I think hosts always go and they do their best, but I think replacing things over time, you don't have to go crazy like we did. I really wanted it to be ready on day one, but I figured out quickly that, we didn't know everything, and we're adding things, or, I know our table it's like a modular table and it works well for the space, but I have an idea, we'll replace that someday and make it something nicer. So don't go crazy, just get it open. And then you can always work to build that brand. And like, we've been in it a year and I just took new professional photos because it's improved that much. And I want to show that. The other thing I think is I choose to set my own prices. That's worked really well for me, because if I don't have a full month, or if I just have some random, we call them like orphan days, you can choose to lower those prices. If we charge $300 a night on the weekends, but we have a couple nights open, I always dock them down to like $150 just to fill that space. Something's better than nothing. And it's not all the time. I think, just being detail oriented. I think getting a host automation, it's not that hard to set up. And like Host Tools provides you with templates that are almost already put together. You just have to switch out like your details, so don't be scared to do that. And then the other thing that I utilize a lot, I would utilize Upwork. I use freelancers for my actual real job all the time. So my graphic design, everything. I had someone actually put my templates together that was an Airbnb consultant. That way we kind of did an interview like this, and she looked at pictures and then she wrote all my scripts for me. And that way, $200 and I'm done with that whole setup process. So if it's your side job, don't be afraid to tap like experts.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much for sharing. That's so, like, I really hope, people out there are able to take that knowledge and apply it, and then improve themselves as a host, essentially. And keep moving forward and pushing forward in this industry. So thank you. Is there anything I didn't ask that you wanted to share?
No, that's it. This has been awesome, Brian.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you again so much, Annisa, and for sharing and stuff. And happy hosting until next time.
Have a great Christmas.
Thank you. You too.